Somerset closed in on safety in the LV County Championship First Division as their captain Marcus Trescothick and James Hildreth maintained their recent form on day one of their match with Warwickshire in Taunton. Trescothick first won the toss and soon started to look like a man who's hit scores of 153 and 210 not out in his last two knocks. It's been his form which has seen his side enter this final match of the summer, requiring just 7 points to confirm their status as a First Division team for next summer. His opening partner, Tom Abel, was unable to celebrate his achievement as being named as the LV Breakthrough Player this year, as he nicked off to Oliver Hannon-Dolby after making only 4. But Tom Cooper is another who started to make some good progress as the season nears its end, and he ensured that the rest of the morning belonged to his team. Jitan Patel was on as early as the 13th over, but he was played well by the Australian-born Dutch international. Trescothick came into this match as the First Division's third highest run scorer this year, and the way he's ending the season, the soon-to-be 40-year-old may yet end up on the top of the charts. He was at the 50 mark for the 11th time in 2015 when he helped a ball from Ricky Clark to the third-man boundary to bring up his latest half-century off 68 balls, that being his 9th 4 thus far. Trescothick is a fantastic example that age is no barrier to scoring a hatful of runs if application and talent are applied. He went to lunch on 50, made out of a total of 98 for 2, Cooper scoring 43 of those. His innings ending to the final ball of the morning session as he surprisingly lost his middle stump to Clark. Rain prevented a prompt start after lunch, but after half an hour they were back on, and Hildreth was soon back as the First Division's highest run getter this summer, overhauling Scott Borthwick with some exquisite cricket shots. He was soon finding the boundary at regular intervals as he looked to finish off his own season in style. Somerset were keen to get the bonus points they needed on the board as quickly as possible, it seemed. This was also the 11th time that the 31-year-old was raising his bat this summer on completing a 50, this one arriving off just his 51st delivery. From those he'd found the boundary on 9 occasions in what was another very classy knock from a man who continues to churn out the runs at county level. As of course does Trescothick. A man with Somerset running through his veins, he was not about to let his beloved county slip into the second division, and with some late summer sunshine on his back, he did what he's been doing for more than 20 years, standing still and hitting the ball through the gaps with power, as he and his partner took their partnership for the third wicket into 3 figures. The surprise was that Trescothick missed out on a third successive 100, as on 87 he gave a maiden first-class wicket on debut to 19-year-old Mark Adair, who comes from the same Northern Irish town as Rory McIlroy. Tim Ambrose with an excellent catch behind the stumps. But that wicket was the only one Warwickshire managed in the afternoon session, as Jim Allenby now joined Hildreth, who had slowed down his scoring. These two were at the crease when the 200 and 250 were reached, Somerset heading to the tea break with 2 of the 7 points they needed safely in the bag. On the restart, Allenby was out before he'd added to the 29 runs he'd made in the afternoon, Keith Barker finding the edge of his bat to leave the home side on 254 for 4. Peter Trigo, who also scored 100 last time out, was in a hurry to get on with things when he came out to bat. He struck 5 boundaries in his 28-ball stay as he dominated a short 5th wicket stand, which added 30 more runs to the total. Trigo had made 24 of those when he threw the kitchen sink at this ball from Barker and was very well held at point by Freddie Coleman, playing in his first championship game of the summer. Hildreth, though, was still there. While he had made a feisty start to his innings, the second half of it saw him work really hard for his runs against a mostly well-disciplined attack. One of the many things Hildreth has in his locker is an ability to bat for a long time, and he was into the 4th hour of his knock when he got to 100 for the 3rd time this season in this competition, his latest a very important one for his team and one that used up 150 deliveries, his second 50 taking twice as long to accumulate than his first. He wouldn't have minded that one little bit, however. The vital thing for him and his team was he was still in, and he celebrated that in a rather unusual fashion. He went on right until the close, and by the time that came, Somerset had grabbed their 4th batting bonus point, with surely a 5th to come on day 2. Luke Ronke was another to play very brightly even as the shadows lengthened, and he was especially harsh on Hannon Dolby as he raced to a runnable 38 by the end of the day. So Somerset finished a good day for them on 360 for 5 from 84 overs, and they will look to bat on the second morning to get as big a total as possible. With Hildreth on 118 and Ronke 38, they have every chance of doing that.